that the intro?
It's a hell of an ocean. Yeah.
Who sings that?
That's a Styx song.
Is it really?
Yeah. Chris Mannix, that was for you from the Paradise Theater album.
He's listening and he's laughing like this right now. He's going.
Hands
Hands are way down in the pockets.
Extremely deep.
I mean,
unless he's driving, in which case he's just
leaned all the way back,
yeah.
laughing hysterically.
Watch out, other drivers. He can't see the road right now.
No, his eyes are closed.
He is a danger to society as we speak. But yeah, we were gonna have a guest.
We were supposed to have a guest this week, like we mentioned last week that we would have one, but things changed. Things changed, and now he's scheduled. The guest is Patrick Long from The Low Blow, and he's scheduled for next week now. We'll see.
Tentatively.
We'll see. Hey, he's a busy guy. Okay,
this is true.
He's hard to get a hold of, and that's totally understandable. So hopefully we will have him on next week. I'm very excited about it because we have lots of questions to ask him, and I want the answers, Matt.
Yeah, I think my questions have only increased tenfold now because I had questions before, but now I have more questions. Like,
do you hate us? What is it?
What was so important that you had to do?
No, I'm just kidding. Maybe we're not. I don't know.
You might be. I'm not.
But you know what I'm never kidding about? Hello and welcome to Nova Talks. I'm never kidding about that. I'm always
scared me.
I'm always it's always the truth when I say that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. And I don't take that lightly. I really with great power comes great responsibility.
Okay.
And yeah.
Well, what great power indeed.
Well, yeah, you could call it that. Well, we have Evie here again today with us. We didn't forget her this time.
No.
She is here with us, and she's going to be joining in the conversation.
Making a triumphant return. Because, a little bit about this episode, impromptu, will involve her.
It will involve Evie, and we will get into that. But today's episode is sponsored by Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, my goodness. They gave us so much money. Not really.
God, that sounded god-awful.
Good.
Oh, man. That sounded the worst. I loved it, though.
Excellent.
No, I wish they would sponsor us. That would be great, because I'm just going to keep getting a coffee.
I mean, it doesn't make a bit of difference for me. I don't drink coffee.
Yeah, I know. But
I will take their money.
But if we got the money
for
we'd
free,
we'd
that's
split
fine.
It 50, well, 33, and then 33 for Evie, of course. And a couple of cents, we'll buy some gum or something with it. You chew gum, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. We're good to go. Evie chews gum. She loves
Yeah.
gum. She loves spearmint, though. It's her favorite.
Mm-hmm.
She likes the
most
little bite.
most animals actually really like spearmint because like peppermint.
That's a true fact.
Yeah.
That's a real fact.
Yeah. Especially cats.
Why did I get so excited about that?
I don't know why.
That's a true fact.
That's real. I knew that one. Yeah, cats love peppermint because it's in the same family as catnip.
Is it really?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
That's why.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Indeed. So there you go.
You ever tasted catnip?
Yes, actually, I have.
Yeah. What'd you think about it?
Not very good.
No, it's not.
It tastes a lot like crusty basil.
Do you think that's actually what it is? Like they just leave some basil in a bag for about 2 months and then call it catnip and sell it for an overpriced. Yeah.
No, that's not what it is.
So today's topic is going to be, of course,
impromptu. Here we go.
Impromptu.
Yeah.
Oh, are you gonna do some do I need to give you a topic and then you just start?
No, I'm gonna do some interpretive dance.
All right, so Matt,
the listeners are gonna love it.
It's a rainy day. You just lost your mother and you're walking your dog. Go. You let the dog go, Matt. That's not how you deal with depression.
What does it matter anymore? It's gonna die too.
Thank God we have video for this. And if you would like to see Matt really depressingly walk a dog, go to youtube.com/Trainova. You can see it right there.
Man, them sight gags are sure great for the podcast.
Oh, man. It's the best kind of comedy for audio only.
Yeah.
It's the visual effects that everyone really they keep coming back for.
Yeah. You could really hear the sadness.
The funny thing is, you probably could because you looked pretty sad.
That's how strong my depression is.
Ooh, it got dark for a second. I'm
a sad little cucumber.
Oh. So today's topic, of course, the big happening these past couple of days has been E3.
E3.
Which I'm sure all of our listeners love video games. They probably
most of them do.
Especially Chris Maddox.
Indeed, yeah, he loves it.
Okay, so
he games nonstop.
I wish he did. I wish he did
there
game
it goes
nonstop.
Again.
So yeah, E3 just happened, and I actually forgot that.
No, it's not done yet.
It's still going
until tomorrow. Tomorrow's the last day, I think.
Who's tomorrow? Who's
idea.
Today? Because
today was more of like, I think it was just like the live show floor.
Okay, so they've already well, it's still going, but the big names are done announcing things.
Most of the press conferences have already happened.
Right.
Well, a lot of people, they did like their own before the event actually started.
Yes, which is weird.
I think it's smart.
You think so?
Yeah. Why worry about setting up a press conference to be during when everyone's on the show floor wanting to look at stuff when you can just do a direct presentation beforehand, and then you have all your stuff ready to go when people show up to test it.
That's true. I would actually like to go to E3.
That's what
some year. I don't know where was it this year. Do you know? I know it wasn't here.
I never know.
I don't know. Either way, I would love to go.
I think it's somewhere in California.
Because it's like a 4 or 5 day event, right?
3 day.
It's just 3 days?
June 11th through 13th was this year.
I would like to go. I think it'd be fun.
That's what tickets are not cheap.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, because we looked into going to
BlizzCon,
and it's not cheap either.
No, it's not.
But I would also love to go to that too.
Well, the thing with BlizzCon is that you usually get like a goodie bag too.
See, that's cool.
It's got stuff in it.
You probably get something for E3.
Yeah. Well, people are always. Anytime you go to a large expo like that,
they're gonna just give
vendors
stuff
are
away.
handing stuff out. Yeah.
But for that kind of 3 day event, like for BlizzCon, it's mostly just Blizzard stuff.
It's exclusively just Blizzard stuff.
Right, but with E3, it's like lots of people, so they can't really just give you
the whole
things.
Industry. Oh, they can.
Well, I mean, like the
event probably does.
They can't really, but BlizzCon can because it's just Blizzard stuff.
Yeah.
But E3. So how much of E3 have you watched? Have you watched all of them?
I have not watched all of them. I watched the stuff that I cared a lot about.
Right.
And then I watched some of like the other things that were getting hype.
Okay.
So like I did not care anything about EA until I found out that they were showing more stuff for Jedi Fallen Order. So I watched some of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which was pretty nice looking.
I actually didn't see that. I have only watched the press conference. I watched, of course, the Nintendo press conference, and then I watched the PlayStation conference because that's me. I'm a PlayStation boy.
Yeah, I see you.
But let's talk about it. Let's talk about some of our favorite things, maybe some things we don't like.
Don't.
Yeah, you first. Go ahead.
All right. Well, one of the big things that I was most excited to see was Cyberpunk.
Yes, yeah.
Because that game has been, the hype train has been cruising the nation for like a while now.
Yeah.
A while.
Yeah.
And then they came out with the big Keanu reveal.
Yeah.
He showed up on stage.
Which changed the world, really.
It did.
The world
Gave
is
the presentation. Man, what a guy.
I actually haven't watched it.
his
I
thing?
haven't watched it. I
Oh.
need to, though.
Yes, you do.
I need to watch it.
He's like talking. Somebody calls out from the crowd and says, "You're breathtaking." And he says, "You're breathtaking. You're all breathtaking." I'm like, man, I just want to give you a hug. What nice man.
He'd probably give you one.
Yeah.
We'll add him to the people who want to hang out with list.
Yeah,
because we have a list now.
Yeah, there's a list.
We'll get to that eventually. We'll talk about our list eventually.
We'll inform them that we're coming to hang out with them.
Right.
When the time comes.
But anyways, yeah. So I mean, the stuff that they showed, it looks awesome. It looks really, really good.
Yes, indeed.
The crazy thing is, there's 3 games that are coming out across not across all the platforms, but the people that are releasing games. There's 3 games that I know of. There might be more that have Hollywood actors being portrayed in the games.
Cyberpunk, Death Stranding.
Cyberpunk, Yeah,
is a big one.
with
I ha-
John.
Norman Reedus.
Right, Norman Reedus, and then the
yes,
Tom Clancy game is going to be John Bernthal. Yeah.
There's also
Did you watch?
who
any
else is in the Death Stranding? It's the
Mads
Mikkelsen is also
there's
in
like a big cast
Yeah,
in Death
there's a
Stranding.
huge-
big cast. Did you watch any of the footage of that game?
I
It
haven't
looks
caught that yet.
nuts.
Yes.
It looks crazy
It is insane.
and really creepy.
Well, there was teaser stuff for it last year even, and it was like, what is happening?
Yeah, because they're like attached to babies or something. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's crazy.
Very
but
creepy. Stuff is invisible and smoky and ghosty, and,
Yeah.
and you're just wandering, and I'm scared.
but Norman Reedus.
All right, I can't
come on.
take this, Kojima. I can't.
I'll probably get a copy though, because it looks really. It does look pretty creepy.
Yeah.
I'm not usually a creepy game person, but the story just looks like it would be so good.
Yes.
And maybe it might be absolute garbage. Who knows? But I would like to think that it would be a good story.
I
I mean, because like I said, I watched the PlayStation press conference, and they showed probably it was like 15 minutes of the game that they showed,
Yeah.
which is a lot. That's a lot of the game. But I don't know. It looks like there's gonna be lots of twists and turns, and I'm totally about that. So I think I may have to get it.
Looking hot.
Yeah, it looks good. And Norman Reedus, you can't go wrong with Norman Reedus.
Yes.
But anyways, yeah.
There you go. I had mine. Now it's your turn.
Okay. I'll go ahead and say this. The whole PlayStation press conference, the whole thing was a little disappointing.
Yeah.
There wasn't and it's not fair because last year was like super impressive. Last year they had Spyro, the Reignited trilogy. Last year they had Red Dead. Last year they had Spider-Man. So
Yeah.
they had a lot of great games coming out last year.
It was a big deal.
Spider-Man especially because that's PlayStation only.
Yeah.
And people got super hyped about that. So this year was a little bit disappointing because there weren't very many massive
Big exclusives
games
coming out.
coming out. Death Stranding was one of them. Of course, that's not exclusive just to PlayStation. You can get that on PlayStation and Xbox, right? I think so.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
The only one that really stood out to me on the PlayStation was the racing game. Crash Racing.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, Crash Racing looks really cool because it's just a reincarnation of the other one.
Indeed.
Of the old one. But it looks good. I mean, I don't own the Crash, the one they put out last year. I don't own that one, but I have watched some playthroughs and it looks really, really fun. But of course, it's just the old game, just new looking, just new looking. But this one looks good too. But that's really all that stood out to me for the PlayStation stuff. I don't know. I was a little sad because I was sitting there watching it and I would just fast forward through things because I was like, I don't know what this game is about. I don't really care. I don't know. It disappointed me some.
I will say on the Xbox side, they did bring some heat.
I didn't watch the Xbox one, so
I did not
inform
catch all of the Xbox one, but there was some big stuff for Halo being shown.
Halo, that's right.
Ooh.
Oh well.
Ooh.
Well, because they haven't put out a game in a while. It's been a couple years.
3 years ago, I think.
3 years.
Maybe longer. I don't remember.
I think about it because there for a while they were putting out games left and right. Then they kind of just stopped for a little bit.
Well, now it's back on. It's back on 343 and Bungie, I think.
Okay.
Bungie may not be involved, but I know 343 Industries is.
I haven't watched any of it, but
so the trailer was oof.
That good, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
It was pretty awe-inspiring.
I never owned any of the games, but I have played them quite a bit because everyone else that I knew owned the games. So I was like, why do I even need to buy it when I can just play it at somebody else's house?
Well, they're more fun with somebody else anyway.
Yeah, they're not. I've never really heard much about the story.
No, I mean the campaign is.
Is
good. Well,
the campaign
at least,
good?
Pre-Halo, I think Halo 4 kind of took a blah.
Oh, yeah.
That was when Bungie left. It was Bungie was the original developer,
Gotcha.
and then they left the studio.
'Cause
Or
what?
somebody else took it over. I think it was Activision, maybe.
I have no idea.
I don't remember.
Sounds right. But maybe they wanted to focus more on the multiplayer aspect
that's
of
when
it.
they went to do. Bungie left to do Destiny.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
We see how that went.
Yeah. Well, Destiny 1 was pretty good.
No, yeah, and then
Destiny 2 was it had a rocky start, but
Yeah.
it got better as time went on. But yeah,
I didn't know about that. I didn't know about the that game you just said.
yeah, that's okay.
I can't remember the title now.
Which one?
When we were just
Halo
talking about
or-
Halo, that's it. Halo.
Okay.
Thank God. Thank you so much.
There were two I mentioned, but
yeah, Halo.
Halo.
Oh,
There you go.
yeah, that's. I'm just in a constant state of puberty.
Yeah. He's been 13 for a long time.
Inside and out. Ugh.
That sounded bad.
Did you see any of the trailer for the new Marvel game?
I saw some of it. The Ultimate Alliance 3.
Yeah, Ultimate Alliance 3.
I saw a little bit of it. I didn't watch like the whole thing.
It looks pretty good.
It looks pretty fun.
It looks pretty
They
good.
got a good lineup. They're bringing some like the new era heroes in.
Yes,
so that's cool.
and some of the heroes you don't
Yeah, and some of the
that don't really get much shine.
that haven't been out there. Fantastic Four is in a DLC, I think.
Yep, Elektra is going to be in there.
Yeah.
All kinds of heroes you don't really hear about because the only time I've really heard about Elektra was in Daredevil. That was it.
She's more of the street level hero,
Yeah.
not the cosmic supervillain level hero.
Right. But that could be a whole different topic. But I did like how they portrayed her in Daredevil.
Yeah.
But it looks fun. I still can't really tell what type of game style it's going to be. Because I don't know anything about the other Alliance games. I've never played them.
They're kind of like
It looked more like a forward-scrolling type game.
it's not exactly like a beat 'em up per se, but it kind of is
Yeah.
that style, but like level based.
Gotcha. Maybe. I
As
don't
far
know.
as far as I know.
I have never played, but the graphics look great, and the
cast is looking good.
yeah, the cast looks good. So we'll see. But I'm kind of excited about it because I was just thinking about there aren't any like more like RPG style Marvel games.
Yeah.
Which I think would be cool.
They tend to not do that because it's like, well, the whole RPG element usually associated with it has a lot of things that are like very not superhero-ish.
That's true. I don't
You
know.
think superhero, you just think action adventure game.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think it would be cool if there was like an open world situation that you could be like Iron Man. I don't know. I think that would be so cool.
Just Iron Man. Only Iron Man.
Well, if they can do it for Batman, why can't they do it for?
They could do it for anybody.
They could do it for anybody.
They've done it for Spider-Man already.
Now,
Multiple times now.
Spider-Man, yes. But I think it would be cool on a wider spectrum with like all of the
Yeah.
Avenger cast. Because they did it for Spider-Man. They did it for Hulk on
Yeah.
PS2. That's all I can think of.
Man,
though.
what a great game that was.
That was a good game. I think it's kind of an underrated game. Nobody really talks about that game.
Yeah.
It's very story driven too. Did you play that game, or did you just watch me play the game?
Actually, I think I played it at
Caleb's
Caleb's, I think.
makes sense.
That and what was the other? There was a like comic styled, I think it was Ultimate Spider-Man, where you could also run around as Venom.
Now that sounds awesome.
It was pretty tight.
I
It was
did-
like Spider-Man during the daytime, Venom at nighttime, and you could like
That's really cool.
jump on people and kind of, you didn't like eat them, but you like consumed essence or whatever
Wow.
to fuel your Venom powers. It was pretty tight.
Was that on PlayStation?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to find that because that sounds amazing.
Yeah, that was pre-2010, I think. That's been a while ago now. But it was tight.
That sounds cool. I didn't know about that. But I don't know. I think it would be cool for an Avengers game because the one they're putting out, it looks fun. It looks cool. But like I said, the gameplay they showed, it looked more like it was more of like a scrolling type where you just kind of ran
long,
forward.
narrow hallways.
Yeah. So I don't know.
With lots of bad guys in it.
I mean, it looks great. We'll see. You know what? We'll just have to get it and find out.
You just gotta find out.
I don't know. What was there anything else you saw? Because I think we're kind of just saving Nintendo because there's going to be a lot to talk about on that one.
There's a lot to talk about.
Anything
there.
else you saw?
I definitely know there was something else, and it has totally slipped my mind as to what it is.
You got this. I believe in you. I was a little disappointed for the. I'll let you keep thinking while I'm talking.
You keep talking. I'm gonna look.
I was a little disappointed with the because they had like a Red Dead online trailer kind of thing on the PlayStation press conference, and it was just really disappointing looking because they just like hit the highlights of stuff that's like already out, not things to come. So it was kind of bland. I don't know. It made me sad because I was watching it and I'm like, well, I've already done that. I've done that too. I've already done that. There's nothing to look forward to. So, I was sad about that.
Sad times.
Yeah.
That's not what I want.
You got this, man.
Here we go. This is what I wanted.
Is it a cross-platform situation? You're doing a great job.
One of the big things, the Xbox Project Scarlet, which is like the next-gen console that's going to come out.
Oh.
Some of the specs for that were revealed.
Okay.
And it's looking mighty strong.
Okay. Why is that?
It's just standard console update. Everything's going to be bigger, better, faster.
More storage and things like that.
Yeah, more storage, better graphics, higher fidelity visuals and whatnot. But it looks good. And I think it's supposed to be, if not next year, the year after that. I don't remember exactly. That
kind of makes me wonder, like, because I mean, yes, there were some good titles this year, but there weren't a lot of good titles this year, which makes me wonder if like game developers are holding back and waiting until that next console comes out.
Very possible.
So it might be next year, maybe, because I've already heard rumors about the PS5. I haven't really like seen anything.
Well, it was rumored that they were gonna drop some specs on that this year,
but they didn't.
But they haven't.
So maybe they're not ready yet. I don't know.
So.
And they're dipping their toes.
PS4 only came out
5-6 years ago, maybe.
No, not that long ago.
I think so.
Shorter than that.
No way. Hang on, let me look it up. PS4. Every time I type something, I have to say it when I do it.
Say it out loud.
PS4 release date.
He's an audible typer.
I am. PlayStation 4, the console was released on November 15th, 2013.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's been out for a while.
There you go. All right, I found the other thing that I was thinking of.
Okay.
Two other things.
Okay.
First off, Square Enix.
Yeah.
The Final Fantasy VII remake.
Yes. Well, how could you forget about that?
We finally saw it.
That's how you were.
Because I think in my mind I was putting it in the Nintendo category.
It's not.
But it is definitely not. Well, I mean, it was before, but now it's not.
Yeah.
Or it used to be way back in the day, but now it's not.
Yeah.
But yes. Oh my God.
It looks amazing.
The hype is real, yes.
My question is,
Tifa has shown up. Best girl.
I don't know a whole lot about the game. I know a little bit about the game.
Yeah.
But because I've seen, because you just recently purchased one of the original games,
the 10 and 10-2 remaster.
Yeah. Which the graphics are actually not too bad.
Yeah.
But it's turn based. The play style is turn based. Do you think in these in these games, will the
Oh,
playing
no.
style be the same?
In the remaster, it's totally different. They're swapping it up. It looks much more. It looks a lot more akin to something like, best I can tell, it looks more akin to something like Chrono Trigger, where it's got like an ATB bar.
Gotcha.
So it will be like time-based for when you get an action, and then you do it. It could be that, or it could just be full-on more action-based.
Which would be awesome.
Yeah.
Because have all the games been turn-based?
No, but most of them.
Okay, so this is going to be a big deal if it's not turn-based.
Well, it won't be like a huge deal, but it will be breaking from definitely
The original style.
definitely from the original game.
Yeah,
For sure.
that's cool, and it looks
But yeah.
amazing.
It looks fantastic.
Okay, what's your second thing?
The second thing was Doom Eternal,
Oh yeah, of course.
which
I had
is
forgotten about
probably
that
the
one.
only good showing that Bethesda had this year.
Yeah,
Because,
yeah. Fallout 76, no one cares.
they are in some hot water
Yeah,
on the back foot, as it were.
yeah. We already talked
So-
about the Fallout 76 thing. And that
Debacle.
was,
I think they made it worse now because I think they were. I think they announced a battle royale mode after saying that now it won't have one.
oh no.
So yeah,
There's already enough battle royale games out there. Why does Bethesda have to come in and make a game that a lot of people loved? Not Fallout 76, but just Fallout in general,
Yeah.
and make it a battle royale type situation. Not good.
I mean it was already a little iffy when they were making an online Fallout game. People
Yeah.
were like, I don't know.
How is that going to work?
But then, they tried it and then found out it was basically just Fallout 4, but worse.
Yeah, and you can like kill other players. That's
Yeah.
pretty much it.
That's about it. And it was not very rewarding.
Yeah.
But,
And that's like the best part about playing online is you have to feel rewarded
yes.
for putting in time and effort into the game. You have to get something back. And it sounds
you
like
don't-
they didn't deliver with that.
Yeah. Just like, bleh,
Yeah.
bleh.
So we can move on. We can move on from Sony and Microsoft. Anything except unless there's something else you're thinking of.
I keep thinking there's one more thing, but there may not be.
Well, if it pops into your head, we got time,
If
man.
it pops up. I didn't actually watch this, but I need to because Take-Two and 2K showed off. We're showing off some more Outer Worlds gameplay, and that's one that I am excited for.
Okay.
Borderlands 3 is going to be like their big showing.
Well, yeah, of
That's-
course.
I forget when that's coming out. I think it's later this year.
Did they do a trailer for that?
Yeah, they already had one for that.
Oh, okay.
At I can't remember what.
Because I
what
remember
event
seeing
was.
it. It was like
Yeah.
2 months ago.
Yeah, it's been a couple months now. But I believe that comes out later this year. I'm not sure though. Outer Worlds I think is supposed to come out in October though, and that's one that I'm interested in.
I don't even know about that game.
It's more like it's like co-developed with Obsidian,
Okay.
which was a big RPG maker back in the day, and it looks nice. It's like space themed.
Well, that's right up your alley then.
It's kind of like what No Man's Sky wishes it would have been.
Oh yeah, that was a big.
Yeah, it's kind of pooped.
Which is sad because it looked so promising.
Yeah, except I don't think like the Minecraft elements aren't in that at all. It's just like space open world RPG.
Gotcha.
It looks pretty tight.
I'd never heard that title before until just now.
It's looking dope.
Okay. All right. Do we want to talk about We want to talk about it now? Is it time? I think it's time.
I guess it's time.
It's time.
The official, unofficial winners.
Well,
You know,
yeah.
people
of course.
always talk about who wins E3, and I feel like more often than not, there's a large camp of people that are like, Nintendo just wins every year. What are you talking about?
But I think we can all agree if there is a competition, Nintendo won this year.
Yeah, they pretty much won it this year. I don't think there's In like not only in like games shown, but in just pure hype generated.
Oh yeah. They also have the coolest presentations.
Yeah.
They always bring in like just the videography is so cool. Bringing in the developers.
That's the beauty of doing a pre-show floor presentation.
Yes.
They get to film all that beforehand. They set it all up. And they get their CGI and stuff going in there.
Yeah.
Like when they had
Bowser
come in.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Because we all miss Reggie, but Doug Bowser is taking. He looks to be taking the reins pretty well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Now it was a little campy, but what do you expect?
Yeah. They're always campy.
They're always campy, but that's just any type of host for anything. It's going to be campy. But I love the shtick they have now, which is I'm sure going to last for quite some time, at least till whatever the next console is. The Switch snapping thing.
Yeah.
Whenever they would announce the next game, they would snap, and I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
But there were so many great things happening.
They showed so much.
Yeah.
So much. Like just on the Nintendo Direct, the things they went in depth for.
Oh yeah.
Was like more than most other people, and then they had a whole other montage of just other stuff that was coming to the Switch too.
Yes. Which is Spyro is coming to the Switch, which is amazing.
A lot of ports coming to the Switch,
Yeah.
and then remastered titles coming to the Switch.
Witcher's coming to. Now I will say, watching some of the stuff.
Yeah,
like
on some of it, graphical fidelity is going to be a little bit lower.
Yeah, it's going to be lower. But it's still cool that you can take Witcher with you wherever you want to.
Yeah.
You can just take it with you. That's amazing. I'm going to have to buy a Switch. I'm just going to have to do it.
I mean, I already had to, but
yeah,
here he goes.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
They just like this E3 just cemented.
Same.
For me.
Same.
Great.
There's going to be so many.
Now I really have to.
Now I have to juggle 2 consoles.
Yeah, it's like, all right, I get it, Nintendo. I'll buy the console. Jesus.
All right, so we'll start it off, which was like one of the. I think this was the first thing that was on the press conference. Luigi's Mansion.
No, it wasn't the first thing.
It wasn't the first. What was the first thing?
The
then?
first thing was the Dragon Quest in Smash reveal.
Right. Which I didn't really care about because I don't know anything about.
You don't care about. I care about it. All right, for the Smash Bros.
No, there were other really cool things that happened with Smash that I did care about.
No,
but I don't know.
Just the one.
Of course, just the one. But I don't know anything about Dragon Quest, so I didn't know anything about it.
I haven't played. I think I've only ever played like one Dragon Quest game myself, but it is a very long and storied franchise.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, with a lot of fans.
Oh wow,
it's more of a big deal in Japan, especially.
Which makes sense.
Yeah,
that they would put it in there.
But yeah, it's a cool franchise.
Yeah, I forgot about that. So the second thing. Luigi's Mansion 3 looks so good.
Yes.
Oh my God, it looks so good.
Finally, after all this time, another big Luigi's Mansion game.
Yeah.
Because the second one was just DS, right?
Yes.
Or 3DS.
3DS, yeah. Which, don't get me wrong, great game.
Yeah.
Very good. But this is going to be a more fleshed out.
Yes.
And there's going to be so many other options.
Co-op Luigi's Mansion.
Now, here's the thing about the co-op situation. Because I don't know how many games are going to have like an online co-op situation.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they'll eventually incorporate where you can like chat online? Or is that already just going to be a thing? Because that would be so cool.
I don't know.
I would love to see that happen. Because, you know, any other online gaming, you put on a headset and you can talk to other players.
Yeah. I mean, it may already be a thing. I don't know.
Because how cool would it be?
Because I don't have a Switch, so I can't test that.
But we will soon.
Yes.
But how cool would it be if you could take the Switch, plug up a headset, and then play online literally anywhere?
Yeah.
That's mind-blowing to me.
It was pretty great.
That's mind-blowing. But I don't know if that's a thing, so don't quote me on that. But I hope it does happen because that would be so cool. But yeah, the previous Luigi's Mansion games, it was pretty much like a Ghostbusters situation. You suck up the ghosts, and that's as far as. It's still really fun. But that's as far as it goes.
Yeah.
Now, he's got some gadgets.
Now we've got Gooigi.
Yeah, Gooigi looks awesome. That looks so cool.
Yes, I love that they called him Gooigi.
Gooigi,
because that is That is everything I've ever hoped for.
It's the perfect name.
Yeah. Even the way he said it in the trailer. Guichi.
Yeah.
So good.
The delivery was perfect.
Yeah.
That and there's like a plunger that shoots out of the
They brought in the plunger shot.
Yeah.
And then he's actually got some muscles this time, and he's beating him around the room.
Yes, like he'll suck one up and then just like
Slam it.
Hulk it.
I'm like, get him, Luigi.
Yeah. So
He's like, this is my third time around. I'm not playing no more.
it also looks pretty story driven too,
Yeah.
which is really cool. I'm excited about it. I'm really excited.
I'm
about
pretty
it.
hyped about that one.
I played it on the GameCube. I played the 3DS one. So this is gonna be another level.
Another one.
So yeah, that's
The
what I'm
other
really excited about.
the other huge one that a lot of people are excited for, but not me as much because I didn't really play it, was Animal Crossing.
Oh yeah, yeah,
It got delayed again, got pushed back a little bit.
yeah. And
so
it's
people were like,
2020.
people were like, oh,
It's gonna be a while, but it does look really good.
Yeah.
I did play a little Animal Crossing. This one looks great.
I mean, every Animal Crossing has had like a massive fan base for it.
Yeah,
I don't think there has ever been an Animal Crossing game that has come out that people have not enjoyed.
and like a continuous fan base.
Yeah.
Because it's one of those games that like once you start playing it, you can't put it down. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you're not playing the game anymore. Like
Yeah.
you have to keep plants alive, and you have to.
It's life.
Yeah, it's basically a second life, just with little cute, little
Yes.
tiny people. There is one thing I do.
Chibi's.
Yes, I do love about the game is and I don't know if you've ever watched anyone play it or played it at all. But there's like great humor in the game. Really
Yes.
dry comedy.
It is exceptional.
It's great. So this one looks good. It looks good, and I love that they didn't vary much from the graphic style. It's very similar to the other game, which I think is cool because they're so cute and tiny.
They're small, and I love them.
Looks like a lot of different options this time around, though.
Yeah.
Because they incorporated in the last game like the weather changing and that affects certain things. So I think it'll probably be even more of that on another level.
Another level.
So yeah,
And
Animal.
now it's not handheld.
Right.
Now.
You can
It's-
play it up on a big screen, or you can have it
Or
handheld,
it's handheld but bigger.
but larger.
But
Oh
still
my
small,
goodness!
but bigger.
I mean, it's a pretty good sized screen, really. I mean,
I mean, I was talking about the characters in the game. They're still small, but larger.
well, even the screen on the Switch. I mean, and they do portray it a lot. Two people sitting and playing on this tiny screen, but like it's totally plausible.
Yeah.
You can. It's
you can
big
just
enough to do that,
Yeah.
which is so cool.
Yeah.
But anyways, I digress.
Anyways.
Animal Crossing looks amazing.
Animal Crossing was big.
Go ahead.
It's Eevee time now.
Go ahead. I know.
Because
Hey, look out, Evie. Careful now. Careful.
easy there.
Go ahead.
Easy. I know you're excited. All right, because your game is coming. Finally, Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Yeah.
We already had at the Pokemon Direct last month
Mm-hmm.
some big stuff they showed off, and everyone was like, "What?
Is this real? Can you do this?
We
I
have
mean-
kaiju Pokemon."
Pretty much.
That's amazing.
When-
But now they didn't like show off much new stuff for
No.
E3 aside from they have the Nintendo Treehouse where they did like the gameplay and stuff.
Yeah, which
And
was
there
cool.
Yeah.
A smart idea on Nintendo's part.
Yeah. So they showed off some gameplay aspects. I saw some new stuff there
Yeah.
because it was basically whatever they had on the demo floor,
Yeah. Yeah.
which had one of the other gyms besides the first one that we saw in the Direct.
Yes. Yes.
Introduced a new waifu, if you will. Most
The gym
people
leader?
are, yeah.
Yeah. Ooh.
And I think there were a couple new Pokemon that got seen.
Some. Not
There's
many.
I can't think of just the two. There was a Corgi. There's an electric Corgi,
Mm-hmm.
which is like,
Amazing.
wow.
Yeah. They're really pandering. Which is so
Man.
smart.
Get them.
Yeah. That is one cool thing I love about Nintendo is they really keep secrets. They keep them super close to but then when it's time, oh man, it just
Yeah.
blows people's minds.
Yep.
And this is gonna be so much, bigger than the last game.
Yeah.
And it hasn't really even been that long. I mean, it has been a little while.
It was
But Sun and Moon came out.
Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon came out the year after Sun and Moon, and that was
2015,
maybe.
So 4 years.
I think so.
Which they were. I'm sure they were probably working.
Could have been 2014. I don't remember.
Maybe. And I'm sure they were probably already working on this even before that game came out.
I don't know about that.
Maybe not. I don't know.
I doubt it.
I don't know what the
I
process
think
is.
they were definitely working on this as soon as the Switch came out.
Yes, and man, immersive. Ooh. I mean, I think my favorite thing about the game is just like I was saying before the game even came out. I was like, man, how cool would it be if you had a Pokemon game but you could actually see the Pokemon running around in the wild?
Yep.
Well, they made it real. They did
made it happen.
And that's the best part about it for me is you can actually see the Pokemon. Oh man, I'm so
just
excited.
Walk up, challenge him to a fight.
Yeah. I can't even think about the hours and hours and hours we're going to be spending playing this game.
Probably far too many, but who cares?
Well, it's going to be like just like any open world game where you can like be playing the game but not even really doing any missions. You're just walking around looking at the game because it's open world. But this is going to be a kind of a different story because it's going to be so nostalgic for us because it's Pokemon.
Yeah.
So we're just going to be walking around being like, oh my God, this is everything we wanted as kids. But I digress again. It looks amazing. Giant Pokemon, open world.
It's finally happening.
Yeah. The scenery looks amazing. The graphics look really cool. They're still keeping it pretty. I mean, it's not like, realistic. It's still a very anime style graphics, which is amazing. And it's coming out soon.
It's
November. Yeah. So we better hop on the ball. Get us a Switch.
Yeah. I don't have very long. I have till next month to get one because July 23rd.
Here's the big question.
Fire Emblem 3 Houses.
Here's the big question, though.
Yeah, what's the big question?
Whenever you get the Switch,
yeah,
do you care about what color the little Joy-Cons are?
I actually don't.
Really?
Doesn't matter to me.
Okay. So
honestly, I'll probably just get black.
Just get the black ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
Black everything, like my soul.
Nice. No, if you want to talk about Fire Emblem, go ahead, because I know you kind of want to. I know you do,
I won't talk that much about it. They did show off. Well, they've been kind of leaking more and more stuff on their website as the months have gone on. So they've been revealing a lot more because the game comes out next month.
Yeah.
So it's about time for us to have all the information, or at least as much as they want to give us before it is here.
Yeah.
But yeah, they showed off. They did save a few surprises, and they showed off some stuff because the whole premise, at least of the first part of the game now, is you're like a battle teacher, I guess, at an academy.
I like the way you said that.
Yeah, that's the only way I can think of it. But you have to like pick. There's 3 factions. You have to pick one that you're like aligned with, I guess, or that you are teaching. But the thing they showed off now is that at some point in the game, there's going to be a big time skip of like 5 years into the future. Okay. And after that, apparently things are not so cool anymore, and everyone's not hanging out at high school having a good time.
Right.
They're all trying to kill each other.
Yeah.
So we didn't know about that.
Yeah.
But now we do, and we're like, oh, well, this looks really good.
And there's a lot of fire everywhere. Why is there so much fire?
Everything's burning, and people are yelling, and everyone's dying.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
I now that you said that, I know exactly what you're talking about because I watched that trailer.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know what this is even about. And then I saw the fire everywhere, and I was like, this must be Fire Emblem.
My goodness.
Yeah, so now I know. Now I know.
Now you get it.
So Fire Emblem's kind of like a card game, right?
No.
I just wanted to see what you would say.
I think I actually am gonna throw you out into the street, but no, we won't go into that because
it's like Yu-Gi-Oh,
right? Yeah, it's just like Yu-Gi-Oh, where people say everything they're doing as it's happening,
right.
Except none of the rules make sense.
Right. Just like Fire Emblem, duh.
Yeah.
No,
and the anime doesn't reflect on the actual game.
No, I know you're really excited about this one.
Yeah.
Well, you were just like not super recently, but somewhat recently introduced to Fire Emblem, right?
Well, here's the thing. Fire Emblem was never a major, like, Western thing.
It's been around for a while.
Yeah, Fire Emblem has been around since the 90s. On, like, the Famicom, I think,
Okay.
is when some of the first ones came out. And it wasn't ever a big Western offering until the DS came out. And they were, like, putting out what was essentially going to be the last Fire Emblem game.
Mm-hmm.
And then they shipped it out to Western because they had put out the ones they put out on the Wii did not do that well, even though they were actually pretty good games.
Well, the problem with the Wii is the Wii really pandered. I think we've talked about this before to the casual gamer.
Yeah.
So
Pretty hardcore.
Nobody really thought about buying a game like that on the Wii.
Yeah.
Most games like that did not do well on the Wii. People wanted to play Just Dance, and they wanted to play anything that they could move the little thing around with. And that's pretty much. Nobody wanted to sit down and play
an
actual game,
an RPG like that.
Yeah.
They had. I think the first one they released in the West was on Game Boy. They did 2 Game Boy games. Then there was one on GameCube and then one on Wii, and neither of them sold very well. And so they kind of put out their last whatever on the 3DS. And then it wound up being a huge hit.
Yeah.
Because
they shipped it here.
Yeah. Well, we already had the ones before.
Right.
But
this is different now.
Yeah. They kind of changed their formula a little bit. They added waifus in the game, and us Western people.
How can you go wrong with that?
Yeah, we love waifus. So it actually kind of saved the series in a way.
Yep.
And then they put out more games.
And they had the mobile game.
Yeah,
as
and
well.
the mobile game was also Fire Emblem Waifu Collector, if you will. It's basically what it is. I'm not ashamed to say that.
That's fine. You don't have to be.
I
ashamed
love
to
it
say
anyways.
That's fine.
But yeah, there you go. So now there's an actual another big console coming.
Yeah.
So it's nice.
And you're like,
excited. And I'm like all in. I'm all in.
Yeah. You know that speaking of mobile games reminded me of Blizzard once again, and they didn't say anything this year. Nothing came out this year from Blizzard.
No, they're saving all their cards for BlizzCon.
You think something?
That's where they usually
something
do
big's going to happen
anyway.
this year?
I definitely think so.
It has to, because Overwatch is getting pretty stagnant. I haven't picked it up since October of last year.
Well, there was already a report saying that there was supposed to be a StarCraft 2 FPS style game.
Mm-hmm.
And that they pulled the developers and pushed them towards Diablo 4.
Yeah.
Which hasn't been confirmed to come out or anything, so they're thinking Diablo 4 might be announced. And then they also made some mention of an Overwatch 2, which I think is a bad name. I think it's just like an interior code name for I think they're just making a big add-on to the game, not an actual second game, because why does that make any sense?
Yeah, it's a strictly online game. Why would you make a second game unless you're just wanting to make more money by releasing actual physical copies? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure at this point they know that their fan base would up and leave.
Yeah, because right now they're not happy.
Yeah.
The fan base is not happy. They're still playing the game, but not much.
Yeah, well, and they've put so much money into the Overwatch League,
yeah.
Why are you just gonna up and
which is the Overwatch the Overwatch
match.
League is amazing.
Yeah.
But the problem is, I feel like the view count's not as high as it was last year.
It actually is still pretty good.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Maybe it's just because I haven't been watching it.
Obviously, it's not as big as when it first came out.
Launched, yeah.
But there are still quite a few people watching.
That's good. I'm glad because it was so cool when we watched it last year.
Yeah. And they're still pulling millions of dollars from investors.
Oh, good.
And there's almost 20 teams now, and next year is when all the teams, instead of just playing in the Blizzard arena, that's when they're all going to their home cities.
Oh,
and they're
wow!
Doing like sports teams fly out, and they'll all have their own arenas.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
it's so cool.
That is wild. That is the next stage of esports.
This is 2019, baby.
Yeah, and that will be 2020.
That will be 2020. The year of change.
Yeah. Roaring 20s. I'm ready for another stock market crash. How about you?
Not really.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, moving on.
Moving on to we can move back to Smash again because That's one thing I am really
I
excited
know.
about.
You and so many other people.
Of course. It's Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah. I mean, we all had the idea in the back of our mind, like, they're gonna put Banjo and Kazooie in Smash. Why would they not? Like, it's gonna happen with the amount of DLC they were releasing. It had to happen.
Yeah, but I loved the way they did it though.
Yeah.
It was so great.
The Duck Hunt troll.
Oh man, it was so good.
And then they beat the crap out of him with the banjo, and it was great.
Yes.
Everyone hates that dog anyway.
Oh yeah. No one ever plays. No one ever plays it.
He's bad, and everyone hates him.
Yeah. But I loved the actions. I love with the bird shooting.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
I liked the fact that this is like an insider bit, but the music in the trailer was actually a remastered old Banjo-Kazooie tune, and it was remastered by Grant Kirkhope, the original sound designer for both old Donkey Kong games and Banjo-Kazooie.
Wow.
So, and it's going to be in the actual Smash game. So Grant Kirkhope did some music for
That's
Smash.
awesome.
And that's super tight.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Because when you hear a Grant Kirkhope track, you know it's him, because it's got that. It has classic, like DK64 or Banjo 1, Banjo 2E. They all sound. It has a distinct sound.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that that's going to be here.
It's kind of like Danny Elfman. Whenever he creates a composition, you know it's a Danny Elfman song by the way it's composed.
You can hear it.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So
I
cool.
didn't know that.
Indeed.
I'm excited about it.
Grant is back. Banjo's in.
Yeah.
It's time. The hype is real. He's not coming till fall though.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
Well, they just put in a new character like.
Joker came out in April, I think.
Well, it's been a little while. Been 2 months.
It's been a little while. And the
or a month.
The Dragon Quest is coming. It said summer.
Oh well, yeah.
And we're in
Summer's
summer.
here. Well,
so
summer is technically the end of this month, but
yeah.
I mean,
So
probably July.
Yeah, I would estimate probably July.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Well, I mean, for people who like Dragon Quest, not me.
Oh my goodness. For people who like Smash, you mean?
Yes, Smash. Which
Speaking of Dragon Quest, they did they were re-releasing 11.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Which is the Echoes and Elusive Age, the definitive edition, coming out. It actually looks pretty tight.
You gonna get it?
I may have to just get it so that I can say I've played a real Dragon Quest game.
There you go. The thing I'm excited about the most about the Switch is that
the fact that you can play it on the toilet.
Yes, that's one thing.
Mm.
Is that the most you're excited about?
No.
I think
what are
it
you
is.
excited about?
I'm excited because for the longest time,
none of our friends have ever owned the same console at the same time?
Yes. So now, whenever we get the Switch, we will actually get to play online together.
Yes.
How cool is that?
It's a big deal.
That's a huge deal. That's massive. So I'm excited about it. I'm really excited about that.
As am I.
But yeah, so Banjo-Kazooie is awesome.
Banjos and Smash.
What else? What else you got over there?
I think the last big thing. There was some other. There was some cool stuff that they put new trailers out for that I'm interested in, like Astral Chain.
Okay.
That was the very future techno looking thing.
Yeah.
With the ghost
Mhm.
chain whip things. That that actually looks really cool.
It does look good.
That was
I actually watched that one.
Yeah, they showed that at Nintendo Direct at the end of last year or whatever.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, "What?
What is
this game?"
But it looks like it's gonna have a cool story.
Yeah.
The graphics look really cool. I love the art style of it.
Yeah.
So who knows?
It's it looks like techno Pokemon almost in a way.
Sort of. I actually did think about that. I thought this kind of looks like the Pokemon style.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Because from what it looks like and what the trailer kind of hinted at is that you're these techno monsters are coming from some other dimension.
Yeah.
And they found a way to control them. So gotta catch them all.
But evil.
Yeah. But yeah, that looked really cool. There was some more No More Heroes 3. I haven't ever played the No More Heroes, but a lot of people really like that. And then Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. That looks fun. It looks fun.
I had the DS one a long time
Oh,
ago.
really?
Yeah.
Wow,
a
I didn't know
long
they
time
had
ago.
it on DS.
Yeah. It was a while ago.
Well, didn't they have a Mario and Sonic game for the Wii too?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I remember. I
This
remember
one,
playing that
this
one.
one's big because the next Olympics is going to be in Tokyo.
Oh,
So
that's gonna be huge then.
yeah.
Yeah, it looks really cool. It looks
Yeah.
really, really fun. So I'll probably get that one.
Yeah. And then they're also porting Resident Evil 5 and 6 to the Switch,
Yes.
which looks cool.
Oh,
I didn't play 6, but Lucian and I played the crap out of Resident Evil 5
Oh, yeah.
when it came out.
Yeah. I watched you.
It
guys
wasn't
play
even like a particularly great game, but the co-op in the game was
really fun.
it was
Yeah.
amazing.
Apparently, 1, 2, and 3 are already on the Switch.
Just one. I think 1, 2, and 4.
Oh, not-
three is not.
Okay. Well, I remember seeing 3 games, so I just
Yeah.
assumed it was 1, 2, and 3. But that's cool. I didn't know they were just already available and you could just play them on the Switch.
Indeed.
I feel like a lot of things are going to start coming to the Switch.
Yeah, they definitely showed that with, especially this year, with how much stuff they're porting in there.
Yeah. Like, especially like games like The Witcher, that's a massive game.
Yeah,
It's huge.
that's a big third-party game
Yeah.
that is coming. So,
But
I-
like, RIP your memory if you do get that game.
you better get the memory expansion.
Yeah, which is like an SD card, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you can. I mean,
it's just an SD.
if you want to get a big SD card, then it's not. I mean, they're a little bit expensive, but
yeah,
it's not that big
well,
of a
they
deal.
were they're already doing. They had E3 deals on for Switches. They were like Switch and like 128 gig SD
wow.
card with it.
But I mean, all you gotta do is pop it in and just leave it in, and you're good to go.
Yep.
That's the problem with like PlayStation and Xbox. Is you have to like actually plug in a USB
Yeah, an
thing
external.
to it, external USB, which is fine, but it's kind of like bulky and kind of in the way. So being able to just
Yeah.
pop in an SD card, that's cool.
Yeah, it is pretty nice. Nintendo has always been on the game with cartridge designs.
Oh yeah,
Which is
even
why
all
I'm-
the way back to like
Yeah.
GameCube stuff.
That's why I'm glad when the Switch came back, they went back to cartridges.
Yeah, smart.
Yeah.
Now GameCube was that the only that's the only console they had that was like an actual disc, I think.
Wii.
Oh, we had discs
Wii
too, right?
and Wii U.
That's right, Wii U. I always forget about the Wii U. I don't know why.
Most other people forgot about it too.
I mean, it was from what I understand it was an okay console, but
I thought it was a great console. It was actually, I mean, it wasn't like as powerful necessarily as the other consoles that were out at the time, but it was pretty comparable.
it was an innovative console,
Yeah.
and you can tell it was kind of like the groundwork for the Switch.
Yeah.
Because the Switch is like seamless. It's amazing.
Yeah.
But with the Wii U, you had this big bulky thing.
Yeah, the
and,
controller
you know,
you could buy the Pro controller. So
Yeah.
you just had a regular controller at that point, but like the offering that was just with it was a little cumbersome. It was
Yeah.
kind of hard to manage sometimes. It felt awkward, but
yeah,
the groundwork was there, and I thank them for that.
yeah. So, but now they've got it.
Yeah, now
Did you get
oh
that?
my goodness. Yeah, now they've perfected it.
They have, and I think that's going to be around for a while. That console's not going anywhere for quite some time.
No, it'll be around for at least the next 4 or 5 years. I
Oh,
think.
at least for sure.
I think they'll do an updated version at some point. That's usually how they like to roll.
Yeah, they always have to like I feel like they like to have like regular versions and then like bigger versions.
Well, that and as technology progresses, they try to update the software that's in it.
Yeah,
and-
that
and-
for sure,
and
that.
hardware and whatnot, especially for as they're releasing more games. You know,
Yeah.
they want to make them look better, keep up speed wise.
Yeah,
so,
that is the one thing that they don't keep up with as well, and that's the graphics. But it's also because their consoles are so much smaller.
yeah.
They want they're
Well, and the thing
still, you
about
know,
it's really only noticeable on third-party titles too.
yeah.
If you're just playing a first-party Nintendo game, you can't tell that the graphics are slowed down at all.
Oh no,
They look good because they're designed in-house for the system.
yes. And
it
they
uses the full utility.
they capitalize on that.
Yeah.
That type of style, because when you think of Nintendo, what do you think? Bright colors and
Yeah.
cartoony type graphics.
Yep.
That's what they do, and they do it well.
Mhm.
So bringing in the third party, that's going to be a bit of a situation. But yes, the graphics, like I keep saying The Witcher, but The graphics weren't as great as on the PlayStation or Xbox, of course, but they weren't terrible.
No.
They weren't the worst. So that's pretty cool. That's awesome. Good job. Good job, Nintendo. Proud of you.
You're doing it.
No, I see you wore the shirt.
Yeah. I had to wear the shirt for a reason. Because the last reveal, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
They told us with a trailer that Breath of the Wild 2 is in development.
Yeah.
And, well, they say now in development, but seeing the trailer, I think it's more than just now in development.
It looks like it's been in development since maybe they had this whole thing and they just cut it in half. They're like, here's this half, and we're going to give the other half later.
I don't know. I don't think they did that. I definitely think it was a big benefit because obviously from the look of it, it's the same engine.
Yeah, for sure.
Same engine, same Hyrule.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask type deal.
Mm-hmm.
Those games were both same engine, same assets used.
Yeah.
So they got to reuse a lot of the stuff that they took years building.
Yeah.
Which saves a whole lot of time.
Oh, yeah.
So all they had to do was, write a story and then, come up with new gameplay elements and whatever your interactions are going to be. So that is a big benefit for them.
Yeah.
So I think we may see that game at the end of next year. If not,
maybe early 2021.
Yeah.
Maybe
that's my hope.
I could see it coming in December of 2020.
Maybe. That's optimistic, but I think it's doable.
Yeah.
It depends on how far along they are right now.
Yeah, but
because from the trailer they have their premise. They know what the game's going to be about.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah.
No one expected that.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't think anyone expected just straight up direct sequel.
Yeah.
Because I think this is the first time that a direct sequel to a Zelda game has ever come out like on the same console with the same like world and engine and whatever.
Yeah.
Because when Zelda 1 to Zelda 2, those were two incredibly different games.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And then even like the Ocarina to Majora's Mask, even though it used a lot of the same assets and whatnot, they were very different. Yeah, very different games. It was different settings and whatnot.
Oh yeah,
totally different story. This is like pick up from the end of Breath of the Wild and take off.
Yeah.
So, and I'm pretty sure that is the first time that this has happened
in Zelda.
Yes, in Zelda, which is a big deal.
Yeah, it's huge. So get ready.
Yeah, because I think that's like the one thing that everyone really wanted from the Breath of the Wild DLCs was like
more story,
a continuation on story.
Yeah.
After beating Ganon.
Yeah.
Which we didn't get. Well, the DLCs were phenomenal though.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
I'm sure.
But that was like the one thing that everybody was like, man. But what happens next? So now we find out.
Yeah.
Zelda cut her hair off. She's going chopped look, and it looks great. It's really working for her.
And the trailer, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, Ganon.
It looks to be Ganondorf.
You don't think it is?
No, I think it is.
Oh yeah, I think so too.
It looks to be ancient mummified Ganondorf. And that's scary.
You got that right.
It's like, ooh, spooky.
But I like that though.
Yeah.
Darker.
So it's kind of upending some of the stuff from the first game too, because at the end of it you thought, all right, so we got him, right?
Nope.
Nah, B.
I mean, he's the antagonist of the game.
Yeah.
So.
He is the continual reincarnation of evil in this world.
Yeah,
so.
you can't just kill him off and that's it.
Nope.
That's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
The games have always been like have always leaned towards the is this creepy style, and some parts are.
Some of them.
So I'm hoping this one's gonna be.
This one looks to be a lot darker.
Yeah.
If the trailer is any indication, it looks to be darker.
It would be cool to have a little bit of the horror element as well.
Yeah.
That would be neat.
That's a lot of what Majora's Mask was really creepy.
Oh yeah, totally.
That was definitely not PG game that
was PG.
came out. Yeah,
Different times. Different times.
I think it was rated teen, but
Oh, was it
whatever.
really? Either way, it had some really creepy moments.
Yeah.
Um,
It was a spooker.
Yeah.
It was like the most abnormal Zelda game when it came out.
yeah,
And I hope that they take some aspects of that. For
that would be
this.
cool. I think they will though.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen the trailer, go watch it. 'cause
Go.
It's really cool. Well,
Quit.
If you've played Breath of the Wild, you'll understand. If you haven't, then don't go watch it. You're not going to know.
Stop what you're doing. Buy a Switch. Buy Breath of the Wild. Play the whole game.
That's why I want to get a Switch, because I haven't gotten to play Breath of the Wild. I'm probably not going to play Let's Go Pikachu or Let's Go Eevee just because it's...
I don't plan on it. I have played Red and Blue, Fire Red, Leaf Green, Yellow. I've played those remakes
over and over
many
again.
times.
Yeah.
All right? I don't need to play that game again.
Is that what it is? Is it basically
Yeah.
just that, but like
Yeah. But with
more up to
the
date?
with the Pokemon Go elements
Oh,
added in.
gotcha.
It's kind of like Pokemon Light.
So
It's basically what it is.
Basically, what you're saying is they put out this game, and people are like, "Oh man, Pokemon!" Even people that didn't play Pokemon before are like, "Oh, I'm gonna try it out," and they did. Then they got a taste for it, and then they released Pokemon Sword and Shield. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying
Geniuses.
Nintendo knows how to generate an audience.
Geniuses. Oh
Listen,
man,
they've been in the game for a long time.
you got that right. No, I'm excited. I'm excited about that. Luigi's Mansion looks great. And if we've answered any question here, we didn't ask a question, but if we were gonna answer a non-existent question, yes, Nintendo won E3 this year.
Yeah,
For sure.
I would say they did.
For sure. And
As excited as I am about some of the other games out there, I think Nintendo had the
oh yeah,
overall
there are some good games coming
best
out,
showing.
but this year they got it going on.
Yep.
Cool new console.
Even Keanu couldn't save.
I don't know.
I mean, he was a big deal.
He was a huge deal.
If he was on that Nintendo stage, my God.
There would have been no competition whatsoever.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some cool stuff coming out. If you don't play games, why not?
I mean, consider doing it.
What do you have to lose?
You would be a cooler person overall.
Not even that. They're great stress relievers.
Yeah.
They're good for hand-eye coordination.
Exactly.
If you get bored easily, it's perfect for that. So what do you have to lose? A couple $100? Who cares?
The rest of your life to a crippling addiction?
No.
Don't get addicted. It's not that big a deal.
Right. But that is the cool thing about the Nintendo stuff is it's really easy to just pick up and play.
Yeah.
You don't have to sit down and spend hours and hours playing those games.
I think the big thing that they wanted to show this year was that we have offering. I think they even said this is that we have offerings for everybody.
Yeah.
We have offerings for the hardcore gamer, for the casual.
That was
gamer.
like one of the first things he said, I think. Yeah. Smart.
Yes.
Smart people over at Nintendo.
Indeed.
So yeah, there you go. That's our thoughts on E3. E3 was cool. Nintendo won, of course. And yeah, that's it. How you doing, Patrick Long? I'm just kidding. We're really excited about Patrick coming in next week. But that's all we got. We talked longer than I thought we would.
No, I knew it was going to be a while.
No, you're right. There was a lot of cool stuff that happened.
Yeah.
And
There was too much cool stuff.
I'll
in it.
probably go back and rewatch some of it because it was
Yeah.
just that
I'm
good.
going to try to catch the things that I've missed that I care about anyway.
Now I'm going to be looking up consoles and when I can buy one because I have to have one now.
If anyone out there wants to buy an amplifier,
Matt's selling one.
I have one for sale
Hit him up.
to fund my gaming addiction.
Should I give him your email
No.
address?
You can come find me at Allegra
Hey,
in Dixon, Highway 46 South.
there you go. Yeah, send them here. Maybe they'll buy some printing.
Yeah. Buy some printing while you're here, and then buy my amp.
Right.
And you can meet us. We'll sign whatever you want.
Yeah, literally, we'll give you hugs,
Yeah.
high fives. That's as far as we go, though. We're not.
We-
We
they
don't want to
have-
get in trouble.
Sometimes Marsha makes cookies.
Yeah, sometimes she does. She likes to make those doo-doo cookies.
Yeah.
That's the kind Matt
Man,
likes.
I love doo-doo cookies.
Look up doo-doo cookies.
Yeah. You won't find anything about it, or you'll find something horrible.
You're going to find something horrible. Just kidding. Don't Google doo-doo cookies. Bad
No.
idea.
Probably bad.
Thanks for listening. If you've made it this far, congratulations.
If you made it this far, then you too are a gaming addict.
Just
Just like us.
Your prize is a close-up shot of Evie's face. there it was.
Man,
I hope you enjoyed it.
it's gonna look that good in the new game too.
You got that right. So realistic. This podcast is available on Apple Podcasts, which is what I listen to, Apple Podcasts. It's also available on Google Podcasts. It's on SoundCloud. It's on Spotify. I think it's on other things, too.
Maybe. I don't know.
I think sometimes, like, because it's all coming from SoundCloud. So I think SoundCloud, like, puts it on other sites, too, without telling you. Kind of secretive, but I like it. If you want to watch this...
Scandalous.
You got that right. Scandalous SoundCloud. If you want to watch this podcast, you can watch it on YouTube. It's on youtube.com/StrayNova. If you like music, we've got that too on our YouTube page. So you can go watch some covers we've done, some stuff we've done with other local artists, including Patrick Long, who we're gonna hopefully have next week.
Maybe.
And also
maybe I won't have to do a depressed sight gag about not having Patrick next week.
But if you want to watch it, it's on YouTube.
Yeah. If you too want to not just hear the sight gags.
We also have some cool shows coming up. We're playing with Steady Mac next week in Nashville.
Is it next week? It's the week after. 23rd, right?
21st.
21st.
Is that not next week? It's the 12th.
No,
It's next Friday.
that's 9 days. That's a week and a half.
Oh. Well, I'm just saying next Friday.
Okay.
Not technically next week.
All right.
I mean, like, there's this week we're in, but
Yeah.
then there's next week.
Yeah.
That's what I was getting at.
Yeah.
But you got technical.
Yeah. I look at it number of days.
Right. See,
Next week to me is just through Wednesday. Right? Once
I
we get
gotcha.
to tomorrow, then it'll be through Thursday.
Either way, we'll be posting about that and what the date is. I think it's June 21st.
21st, 20. Yeah.
We're playing with Steady Mac at Holland Park. Holland Park? No,
what?
we're not. We should
What?
though. We should. We're playing with them.
What a show that would be.
We're playing with them at Hadley Park in Nashville. It's going to be for Tilt Fest. Lots of really cool artists on that bill. Go check it out. Also, Stray Nova, our band, it's right there on the wall. We're going to be playing at the Crying Wolf next month.
Ooh.
With some other cool bands as well. Sleazy and Westfall is going to be there. And we want to see you there, too.
Please.
This is the first show we've had
Show up.
in quite a while. We're really excited about it. We've got some new tunes we're going to be playing. So we'd love to see you there. We'll be posting about that on our Facebook and Instagram as well. So go and find it. Just search Stray Nova. Hit that like. Hit that follow. And we love you.
A lot. I love you a lot.
This has been Nova Talks. Thanks for listening. We'll talk at you next week.
Huh. Maybe we will. If we make it that far.